we will get started with yoga flow and sound healing. So like I mentioned, today's class is going to be a little focus on upper body to get a little bit more in depth there, but we'll still hit our hips, full body with just a slight upper focus. And as always, picking any adjustments that feel good for your body. And we will set our intention. So the intention that I'm bringing to class today is all around reducing stress and releasing any anger, and I brought that intention into today because that can be stored in the upper body. So just noticing anywhere where we're holding that gets to be released from a place of love and just like letting it flow through. So that's my intention today. And what is yours?
Mine is reverence for self.
I love that. Reverence is one of my favorite words. So beautiful. We'll get started. So we'll go flat on our back here and just holding that reverence for showing up today and getting exactly what you need to start the week. We're going to begin with both hands flat on the floor, feet flat on the floor. We'll take 3 collective breaths together. Breathing in, filling the belly, filling the chest, and then holding at the top for 3, 2, 1, and exhaling. Again, filling the belly, filling the chest. Holding at the top for 3, 2, 1, and releasing through the breath. One more big breath in. And hold for 3, 2, 1, and letting go. We'll get into our hips to begin with our side-to-side windshield wipers. And for today's class, really bringing our attention to anywhere where there is tension in the body, not making it right or wrong, letting the feelings be there, and seeing if we can exhale and release anything that no longer serves us. We'll get last one here. Coming back to the center, bringing your right leg up to the top, grabbing for the back of your right calf, and then squeezing down the calf, making your way all the way down your leg. Just noticing if there's any areas that feel a little tender. Just making our way back up to the calf, using those middle fingers to release that tension. And at the top, holding this position, making 3 ankle circles in each direction, knowing that our ankles don't always get as much attention. It's okay if they feel a little tender. And then reversing directions here, tracing as big of a circle as we can with that right ankle. And then last one. Now grabbing for the edges of the right foot, single side happy baby. Exhale, pull the right knee towards the right armpit while keeping the left lower back pressed into the ground. And throughout today's practice, scanning the body and noticing if there's any areas we can breathe a little extra love into. Taking that right ankle, crossing it over the left thigh, supine figure 4. Exhale, pull the right shin towards the chest, and for today's variation, simply holding at the bottom for about 20 seconds here. Breathing into that right hip, knowing our hips can store a lot of these emotions. Long, slow exhales, letting go. Then extending the left leg straight, right leg comes across the body, supine twist. And And we'll get shoulder circles in each direction to add a little emphasis on the upper body. We're going to start with a forward circle, bringing the right arm up towards the ear, circling forwards, inhaling to the front of the body, and then exhale, open the right shoulder, tracing the fingertips against the floor. We'll get 2 more circles here. Big inhale to the front, and then exhale, open the chest, open the spine, and then 1 more circle. Tracing those fingertips, and once we get behind the back, pausing for just a moment, and reversing that circle, bringing the right hand down towards the right hip, sweeping up towards the ear, bicep covers the ear, and then open the chest, keep pulling that right knee towards the floor, 2 more circles at your own pace. Just noticing the space we are creating in our body, reaching 1 inch further forward for this last circle, and opening that chest. Unraveling from that side, centering the hips, and then switching to the left side, repeating on our left leg. The left leg comes up straight to the top, grabbing for the left calf, and then squeezing that calf, making our way all the way down our leg. And any time you feel any extra tension, take a bigger breath during that moment to stay in the flow of flowing through all of the sensations. And then finishing right at the center of the calf and tracing those 3 ankle circles each direction with the left side. Just noticing if any of those tendons feel a little tender, letting that be okay. Reversing directions, 3 circles the other way. Seeing, can we get that full range of motion through that ankle joint. We'll get the last circle here. Grabbing for the edges of the left foot, and then exhale, pull the left knee towards the left armpit, while keeping your right lower back pressed into the floor. Taking a long, slow exhale. And taking that left ankle, crossing it over the right thigh, supine figure 4. And then exhale, pull that shin towards the chest while driving that elbow into that left knee. And about a 20-second hold here. Continuing to breathe into that left hip. Trying to soften through the face. Taking one last breath here. Extend the right leg straight. Final one on the left side, supine twist, pulling that left leg across the body. And starting with our arm circles forward, so reaching the left arm up and over the ear, inhaling to the front of the body, and then exhale, open the chest, seeing how much we can trace those fingertips against the floor, and reaching that arm as far in each direction as we can. One more circle here. Feeling that chest, shoulder, armpit open up. And then once that arm gets behind the back, pausing for just a moment. And then we will reverse directions, reaching the left hand down towards the hip. Inhale to the front. Arm comes up to the left ear and open the chest. 2 final circles. Feeling that space we're creating with every breath within ourselves. We'll get one more circle here. Final one. Big reach. And finishing unraveling from that side. And getting one stretch for the neck, the spine. Bringing our toes up over our head. Hands come behind the lower back for support into a candlestick. And then lowering the toes towards the floor. Using your hands on your lower back for as much support as you need. And if you can, bringing your knees just outside of your ears. And listening to your body, whatever depths feels comfortable. And about 10 more seconds to hold here. Hands come flat to the floor, and with control, rolling down one vertebrae at a time, using our core, and coming flat to the floor, and then knees come in towards the chest, a couple rocks up and down the spine, about 5 or 6 rocks here, until we make our way into seated cross shin position. Finding that comfortable seat, getting into our shoulders. So soft gaze or eyes can be closed, whatever feels best. Rolling those shoulders up, back, down, and forwards. And I like to imagine as I'm doing so, reducing any stress, and any weight or pressure that we may have carried from the day, just rolling it off the shoulders, letting it go. Feeling it melt down the sides of your back. And then reversing direction, shrugging back, forwards, and down. Trying to make as big of a circle as we can. Last one. Hands come behind the head, tucking the pelvis, bringing the chin down to the chest, about a 20-second hold here. And while we're at the bottom, you can take your thumbs and gently massage the muscle that runs down behind your ear and runs down your traps, if that feels good for you. Otherwise, just a gentle hold. But this muscle here is connected to our vagus nerve, which helps to regulate our nervous system. So as you press down into that muscle right at the base of the skull and working your way down towards the traps, just know that it is calming your nervous system, releasing any tension. And then making our way up to the top, tilting the tailbone, squeezing the upper back, pull the elbows down towards your sides, and then drive your elbows forward. You might feel a little bit of cramping through here. And then one more variation, grabbing your fingertips together, tucking your hips, tucking your chin, pull your knuckles forward, chin tucked. And then send your breath to your upper back, expanding those shoulder blades. Keep reaching those knuckles forwards for about 10 more seconds, trying to round a bit more. Coming back to a neutral spine, left hand outside of the hips, right hand outside of the left temple. Exhale, pulling the neck towards the right shoulder, and then gently inch your fingertips to the back side of your skull, and with just 5% effort, tilt your chin down towards your chest, And holding here for about 20 seconds, breathing into that left neck and trap. In the hand is a very gentle amount of pressure. Reaching that left middle finger far away from us. Releasing the right hand, and in this side position, bringing the chin down a little further, and then slowly tilting the chin up. And we'll continue with this up and down motion for about 20 seconds. Feeling that whole left side starting to open. Being very gentle and conscious of our breath, of our movement. And then bringing the ear back towards the shoulder. Simply switch to the other side. Now bring your left hand to your right temple, right arm reaches far away, and then ever so gently, hands to the back of your head, and then bring the chin slightly down towards the chest. Reach the right middle finger away, and then breathe into that right side. Trying to create opposition, pulling the finger away as we ever so gently pull the neck down towards that left shoulder and towards the chest. Releasing the left hand, ear stays towards that shoulder, chin comes down towards the chest, and then tilting the head up in this side bend to the left, and really trying to lengthen through that right trap, that right shoulder. About 10 more seconds of movement here. And last one, chin comes back to the center, and then swinging our legs around into our first cat-cow of the day. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Starting with an exhale, rounding up to the top, really pull the shoulder blades apart. Holding here for about 10 seconds. Seeing how tall can we push our shoulders towards the ceiling. And then with an inhale, lifting the tailbone, squeeze the upper back. And then exhale, continue at your own pace now. Focusing on how tall can I get these shoulder blades, pulling the hands apart beneath the floor. And then as we inhale, how low can we sink that belly, pulling the shoulders back. And a few more reps here. Feeling all of that tension release from the spine, from the upper back. We'll get the last one. Inching the hands forward into our puppy dog. We're going to do a full minute hold here, so a little bit longer than usual. Chin or forehead on the ground. And really trying to let the armpits and chest open up. Seeing if we can surrender and soften into the floor. Allowing gravity to open the chest, the shoulders. And 30 more seconds to go. Last 10 seconds, about one more breath. And from here, dropping the hips down into our cobra, compressing that lower back, squeezing the quads, shoulders pulled down the back, and just about a 20-second hold here. Just to reset, let those shoulders relax. And lowering down onto the stomach, Bringing the right arm out to the side, left leg bends, left elbow bends, kicking that left leg up and over and allowing that head to rest into the floor. And for a little added focus on the shoulder, really trying to roll that torso back onto that right shoulder within your own abilities. Keeping that right palm pressed into the floor. Also feeling that left hip and breathing into the right side of our belly. Making sure to stay with the breath. If you notice yourself holding your breath, bringing that attention back to that slow, steady rhythm. And unraveling from this right side, switching to the left arm to the side, right leg and right elbow bends, kicking up and over. And once we land at the bottom here, letting that head rest heavy, and a little extra emphasis with rolling onto that left shoulder within your body's ability here. Making sure especially to breathe through the challenging positions. Sending the breath to any areas that feel tense. And unraveling from that side, our next movement will be a little bit of shoulder strength and mobility. So we're gonna get a circle with our arms, some swimmers. So starting with our ankles glued together, arms overhead, bring your knuckles together so your arms make an O over your head. Squeeze your glutes, lift your chest 2 inches off the ground, pull your shoulders down your back, and start to flex your arms, bringing them out into a Y position. Lower them into a T position, keeping your chest off the floor. And then start to bring your knuckles behind your back, reversing that O. Holding here for a moment. Reverse directions, reach your arms high as you can towards the ceiling, back to that T, back to that Y. And then O overhead, lower down, reset. 1 breath. We'll get 2 more reps here. Squeeze your inner thighs together, squeeze your glutes, pull your shoulders down your back, lift your chest off the floor. Start to make your arms into that Y, into that T, pull your shoulders down and back, flip your knuckles, O behind your lower back. And then reverse directions, reach your hands as high as you can towards the ceiling. Beautiful work. T, Y, O, and then lower down. 1 breath, reset, 1 more rep, really pulling those shoulders down the back. Inhale. Exhale, ankles glued together, squeeze the glutes, lift the chest, flex your arms, make them into a T, make them behind your back into that O, taking our time, reversing directions, reach your hands high as we can towards the ceiling, arms come into that Y, O, and then reset, pressing up back into our tabletop position. 1 more round of cat-cow to kind of loosen after that strength. Starting with that exhale, round to the top. And then inhale to soften. Go a little bit more gentle on this round of the cat-cow to soothe those muscles through the back. And continuing at your own pace. Getting some movement through that spine. Last one here. Coming back to our puppy dog, this time our lat variation, inch to the right side of your mat. Left thumb is up, left elbow straight. Exhale, drop the left shoulder towards the floor. Right elbow can be bent for support. Pull your tailbone back while reaching your left knuckles forwards. And breathe into that space of the left rib cage. You might even feel that pulling all the way down towards your hips, knowing it's all connected in the space we're creating with the breath. And inching over to the left side of our mat, right thumb is up. Same idea, left elbow is there for support. Drop that right shoulder towards the ground as you reach the right knuckles forwards, pulling the tailbone to the back wall. Seeing with the breath, can you clear any tension that the body is carrying? Again, not making it right or wrong, but just breathing into it, allowing it to flow. Coming back to our tabletop, one more in this position, reaching the right arm underneath and through, thread the needle, breathing into that right shoulder blade. And with this variation, option to reach your left arm behind your back for a bind, for a little added potency, and for 30 seconds, just let your body weight melt into the floor as you continue to take those big, deep breaths. One last breath here. Placing the hand, inhaling through the center. And then exhale, left side, last one in our tabletop before some standing work. And option to add that bind, breathing into that left side. And just feel your head and your left shoulder where it rests into the floor. Last breath here. Replacing the hand, coming back to our tabletop, and then pressing up and back into our downward facing dog. And for today's variation, again, a little emphasis on our shoulders. In our down dog, keep your heels glued to the floor, but we're gonna get a little shoulder shrug. So starting with pressing the shoulders tall, covering your ears with your biceps, and then sinking your shoulder blades down your back, creating more space between your ears and your arms, and continuing with that movement, trying to keep the elbows as straight as possible. Just notice that space you're able to create by shrugging those shoulders and moving through any stress in that upper body. And then last breath, jumping up towards your hands, toes slightly in, fingertips underneath your toes, spinal decompression, rounding up to the top, lengthening through the spine and the arms, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, and now interlace your hands behind your back, straighten out the knees, exhale, forward fold with a shoulder variation. So getting not only our hamstrings, but with the help of gravity here, letting those knuckles drop towards the floor. About a 20-second hold. Long, slow exhales. One more breath. Releasing the hands. Toes slightly in. Soft bend in the knees. And starting to roll up one single vertebrae at a time. Upper body is heavy. Imagine like a string is pulling us up towards the ceiling. Chin is going to finish last, hands by the sides. And 3 neck circles each way, bringing the chin down to the chest, tilting the ear to the right. And really focusing on just moving at the neck. The whole rest of the body is still. And if there's any areas that feel a little tender, maybe sending the breath to that point of the neck. Sending the breath to the upper back, one more circle to the right. Chin comes to the chest in reverse directions, 3 circles to the left. Sending the breath to your heart, into your chest. 2 more circles. Pull your middle fingers towards the ground. Trying to take the biggest breaths you have all day. Last one. Beautiful. Chin finishes down on the chest. Sweeping the arms up by the ears, grabbing for one wrist. Exhale, side bend, pulling that lat. Hold for about 5 seconds. Inhale through the center. Exhale, side bend the other way, pulling that lat. Inhale to the center. Exhale, back bend, cactus the arms. Inhale to rise. Exhale, flat back, bow forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come to the mat, walking into a high plank, repeating that variation of our shoulder shrugs in our plank for about 20 seconds, sinking the shoulder blades down into a scap push-up, and then pressing the shoulder blades tall. Elbows are locked out, and it should only be about a 2-inch movement here. Really focused on creating space through that upper body. Couple more to go. And then the last one, lower down to your push-up position into our upward facing dog. Flip the toe or tuck the toes, sit back into our child's pose with our elbows variation, reaching our hands behind our back. 30 seconds to reset, and then we'll get into a few hip mobility, lower body to balance things out. And for now, just breathing in that reverence for yourself, honoring yourself for showing up in every way. And taking a couple more breaths as we reset. And the last breath, coming back into our tabletop, pressing up and back into our downward facing dog. And we'll transition into a bit of lower body to keep that upper body upright. Bringing that right leg up into our 3-legged dog. Bend the right knee, open the right hip, and tracing 3 big circles backwards, opening that leg. Trying to trace as big of a circle as we can. Reverse directions, 3 circles the other way. Continue to breathe through. We'll get last one. Back to that 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes towards the nose to the center. Hold. 2, 1. Inhale, actively press up and back. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, hold for 2, 1. Inhale, press up and back through the palms. Last one, exhale, right knee to left elbow, hold for 2, 1. Bring the knee to the center, step the right foot through, left leg stays straight. Getting into a straight leg variation of our world's greatest stretch. Exhale, open the chest, reach towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop the elbow. Exhale, open the chest, reach the right arm up. Inhale, drop the elbow. Last one, exhale, open, reaching on up. Drop the right palm to the floor, dropping the left knee down. Sweep the arms up towards the ears. Inhale to rise up. Interlace the hands behind your back. Exhale, sit forward. 30-second hold, stretching that left hip. Reaching knuckles down your left hamstring. Seeing if you can surrender into the discomfort. Soften a bit, letting gravity do the work. 10 seconds to hold. Placing the hands outside of the right foot, send the right foot back, the hip back. Hand comes inside the right foot, swing the right foot to the side. I know that was a lot of movement. We're gonna get essentially that same twist now with our right arm and stretching our right adductor. So reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, open that right side again. And then inhale, drop the right shoulder, full thread the needle. Inhale, press through the left hand, open the right arm back. Inhale, drop to that right shoulder. Last one, right arm reaches up, open behind. Right palm comes back to the floor. Last one on this side. Send your right foot through into a full pigeon, except with a lat variation. So reaching the left arm across the body. We've got a 1-minute hold in this twisted pigeon, and then we will repeat that on our other side to finish. Breathing into that right glute, a little extra stretch through that left lat to really finish with the whole body here. Letting your ear maybe rest on that left bicep, closing your eyes, and breathing into that right hip, letting your whole torso rest on that leg for 20 more seconds. Last breath here. One more sequence to go. Sliding the hands back towards that right shin. Tuck the left toes. Press up into that high plank and simply press up and back to our downward dog. One breath to reset and repeating that sequence on the left leg. So bringing your left leg up into our 3-legged dog. Bend the left knee, open the left hip. Tracing 3 big circles here. Just seeing how big of a range we can create through that left hip. And reversing directions, 3 big circles the other way. Last one, back to that 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee comes towards the center. Hold for 2, 1. Inhale, actively press up and back. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Hold. 2, 1. Inhale, press up and back. Last one, left knee to right elbow, hold. 2, 1, knee to the center, drop the left foot, right quad stays straight. Left hand inside the left foot. Exhale, sweep the left arm up, open the chest, big stretch. Inhale, drop the right arm underneath, drop in that elbow. Exhale, open, palm to the ceiling. Inhale, drop that left elbow, 1 to go. Exhale, open. Inhale, hand comes down. Drop the right knee. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, reach the hands behind. Sink the hip forward, 30-second hold. Almost there. Seeing how far can you reach your knuckles down that right hamstring. Opening that right hip. Staying with the breath. Placing the hands down, send the hip back, slide the left foot out to the side into our adductor stretch. 3, thread the needles with our arm opener as well. Exhale, open the left arm back behind you. Inhale, full thread the needle on the left side. Exhale, open, palm to the ceiling. Inhale, dropping that shoulder. We're almost there. Last one, exhale, open. Inhale, palm comes down. Last pose of the day, left leg comes through into our left leg pigeon. We've got a 1-minute hold to finish here. With our lat variation, reaching the left arm across the body. Our right arm across the body, full surrender into that left hip. Breathing into that left side. Allowing your body to rest. Staying connected with the breath. Connected with the flow. And present to all the sensations and thoughts and emotions. And the more that you can breathe, the more they will flow through you. And we'll take one final breath together. And let it go. And whenever you feel complete, you can make your way to your Shavasana with your head facing the bowls, palms up to receive as we transition into our sound bath feeling. Definitely feeling the body, just noticing if you're feeling any less tension. Presence with any sensations. Feeling connected to the ground, connected to your breath. And just noticing anything that may be present. Anything that may be coming up, and really allowing it all to just be for these next 15 minutes. And as we transition into our sound bath healing, knowing that all you need to do is be open to receiving. And our intention for our Reiki infused
sound bath healing is going to be reducing stress and releasing any anger. And that also includes simply releasing any emotions that you wish to move through. And most importantly, not making it right or wrong that they are there. And simply breathing through. And we will begin.